Hello everyone, this is Official Team Vortex's Wraith here with the deck profile of the Tengu plants that I have been playing with the last 3 duel videos. Let's start off with the main deck, or the main card itself, Reborn Tengu. This card is completely broke. When it's removed from the field, special another one from the deck. Everyone can splash it in a deck, any type of deck. It's not recommended for Gravekeepers or Gladiator Beast, but plants, some Frognark decks could run it just because it replenishes itself, or like Monarchs, and it's 1700 attack. Moving on to the plant engine, Lone Fires, Dandy, Spore, and Glow Up. These cards are one of the best, most popular ways to synchro. Dandy for the tokens, Lone Fire to sack itself for Spore or Glow Up. And since I run that and I have pretty decent combos with Dandelion and the tokens to summon Lone Fire, pop a token, summon another Lone Fire, pop another token, and then spring out Titanial Princess of Camellias, just because you can negate the activation of a spell, trap, or infect monster's effect that targets the card in the field and destroy it. It's pretty well teched out, and the only reason I've run into problems with it is if I draw into it, because that is pretty bad. Double Effect Veiler. It's as it is, negate the effect of a face-up effect monster your opponent controls. One thing that doesn't work on this is if, say, your opponent synchro summons in the Black Rose to activate the nuking effect. If you chain Effect Veiler to it and they chain Book of Moon, it will go through, and your field's gone, Effect Veiler or not. Double Debris Dragon, just to replenish Lone Fire or Dandelion. Synchro in the Black Rose, nuke the field, get 2 tokens, mill for Glow Up or remove for Spore. Got yourself something going there. Double Raikou, just to mill off cards to set up the graveyard with Glow Up, Spore, etc. or Plague Spreader. Destroys a card on the field. Everyone knows what Raikou does. It's pretty popular too. Double Card Trooper. It boosts itself to 1900 when you mill the top 3 of your deck to the graveyard. If it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. One thing to search out: Dandy, Lone Fire, or Plague. Sometimes I go Effect Veiler when I already have Raikous and Trooper set up in the graveyard. So I go Effect Veiler just to keep it in case my opponent tries to make a comeback. One Lila just to break a back row and mill off 3. It's also a good 1700 card. Back row Hatred. And Plague Spreader just because it's Plague Spreader. Nothing there. If you build this deck, I suggest keeping Plague Spreader in the graveyard. And if you happen to draw in the Titanial and you have Lone Fire in the field, send Titanial back to the top of your deck to special Plague Spreader, and then activate Lone Fire's effect to bring out Titanial. I have done that in situations. It's worked out somewhat fairly well. Just takes chances. And finally, for monsters, Gores. Drop it when you take battle damage or effect damage when you control no cards. Moving on to spells: Double Pot of Avarice, Double MST, Foolish Burial, Trunade, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and Book of Moon. Those are your basics. Everyone needs to run Double MST, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Trunade. Pretty self-explanatory. 1 for 1, discard 1 monster card, special 1 level 1 from your hand or deck. Set up the plant engines, that sort of thing. Synchro in the formula. Charge a Light Brigades in the top 3 to add 1 level 4 or lower Lightsworn. Search out Lila or Raikou. Set up your graveyard, that sort of thing. Moving on to traps. Double Bottomless. I don't have Solemn Warnings outside of Dueling Network, so this deck is basically built according to what I have. in my deck in real life with double bottomless. Torrential, Call of the Haunted, Solemn Judgment, Mirror Force, and double pot. I've been trying this out just to see how it works in the deck. I mainly go pot if I have it first turn, or if I draw into it and I know that I'm not going to need to special summon anything, I go and activate it and see what I can get out of it. So that's basically the deck itself. The only thing that I would suggest doing if you're building this for Dueling Network is take out the bottomless for warnings. That way it's a counter trap, negates, that sort of thing. For synchros, the extra deck, double formula, armory arm, hyper librarian, just because hyper librarian's broke, gives you a draw advantage. Ally of Justice Cataster, it's a racist card really. Magical Android, gain 600 life points for each face-up psychic type monster you control at the end phase. Bryonic, everyone knows what that does. Black Rose, double, just because you can sync for it with Debris and Dandy, or Debris and Lone Fire, or Debris and Singing and Search. Double Stardust, just because you can go into Shooting Star, and it protects, so if it gets negated you can synchro into it for second time. Scrap Dragon, because Scrap Dragon's fun to play with. Double Trish, people have asked why I run double Trish in this deck, and it's quite simple. If 2 Dandy tokens are on the field, summon Debris Dragon, special Dandelion, sync with the tokens for Trishula, or if you flip into Raikou or you have something on the field, you can easily go Trishula. There are so many combos. You can go Plague, Sangin, or Card Trooper to go with Cataster or Android or Librarian itself. Go into Trishula, that sort of thing. In a future video I'll have my thoughts on Generation Force, the new synchro that's coming out with that, and why Trishula is obviously the better choice. But that's a later video. So double Trish, and then finally Shooting Star Dragon. I have received suggestions on running Blade Blaster. Blade Blaster is not better than Shooting Star Dragon. Yes, it's great when you can remove it from play to special in the end phase, but as of right now, I only see running Blade Blaster in TG decks because this has no TG monsters in it, so it doesn't gain the effect to remove from play. So this is the deck profile. In the next 3 Dueling Showdown videos, I will be running my test deck, which is a play-on of water Tengus. So basically it runs the Frog Engine with Fishborg and Treeborn and Swap Frog, along with the 4 Monarchs. I'm kind of toying around with this deck right now to see how it works. Obviously there's no traps, which is the point of the deck. So far it's worked out well, and hopefully you'll stick around and watch the videos. So if you have anything to suggest, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear feedback from all the people that have watched this video. Or if you would like to set up a challenge, go ahead and send a message. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, that sort of thing. You know the drill. This is official Team Vortex's Wraith signing out.